Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Mark Destiny, and this is your Wrestling with Destiny recap review of the week show on the weekend. This weekend's podcast will discuss Mickie James and the pathetic way she was treated by Talent Relations and how this was not the first time this has happened in this company. Daniel Bryan's contract expires in a few months, and his match for the Universal Championship this upcoming Friday on SmackDown. AEW's ratings stride to 1.2 million viewers for Dynamite this past Wednesday. Io Shirai and Finn Balor not being called up to the main roster just yet. How AEW dropped the ball in building and promoting Omega vs. Swann at Impact Rebellion. CM Punk highlights WWE main problem, and much more. I'll be right back with you after the intro.
Looking for the news, I'm the one you need to see. AEW, NXT, and WWE. In and out the rope so we can keep it in the ring. For the business, I'm like gravy because it turned me to a fiend. I super kicks it to your HBK 97. From the same city as Knoxville, Cincinnati, where I'm repping. 1, 2, 3, ding, ding, you won't last. You are tuned into the Wrestling with Destiny podcast.
Welcome back. Today I want to get into Dave Meltzer and Charlotte Flair. Dave Meltzer said Charlotte Flair is going over to get a makeover because she is subconscious about her looks. Charlotte tweeted back to Dave Meltzer, and quote, "You have my phone number. It would take 30 seconds to ask as opposed to giving straight up crap to your listeners. Grow up. For you, out of all people, to comment on a woman's looks, do you have any shame, decency, or professionalism left at all? Find a mirror and look, Dave. Look," is what Charlotte said. Yeah, she was pissed, as I would be too. Yeah, I just listened. I thought Dave Meltzer 1 would have learned his lesson last time commenting on a woman's body, but apparently I'm fair game. Eye roll emoji. So I get to respond again to a rumor about my body again. You know what? This is when I stop. Go to hell, Dave. End quote. Andrade also chimed in a tweet to Dave Meltzer. End quote. Workout, diet, facials. I show them without filters and without makeup what my fiance Charlotte looks like, and for all those people who comment that she has a million surgeries, just one, you all can shut the fuck up. Please stop talking shit. End quote. Andrade. Now, with all this going on with the body shaming, I understand. I totally get it. I am fat as shit. And, if someone called me fat, I really don't care. Some people can take it, but some people can't. I am one of those people who have developed thick skin over the years. I do know how it is being body shamed. I've had a weight problem since I was a child. I would be super skinny, and then I would be super fucking fat. And I get it. But I developed thick skin, so when people talk shit about me, I just talk shit back. I cap on you. I ain't afraid to blast. You want to get 1,000 your mama jokes from me? Go ahead and cap on my weight. I'll wait. But anyway, yeah, man, Dave Meltzer's just doing what he does. He's doing what most people do who are in journalism. They talk about the topics, what they think's going on. Even I said that Charlotte looks different. I don't quite know what it is, but she just does, man. If you are bullying someone about their weight or their looks, then I think you are a piece of shit. Bullying someone about their looks is different than doing journalism on what you think something is happening or going on. Dave Meltzer is very respected in the wrestling community, but sometimes you just piss people off, man. I mean, it is what it is. What more can you do? I do understand how people's words can hurt others and how it can affect others, but this is the business that you chose to be in. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, Charlotte. And Andrade, I feel you, man, taking up for your fiance. That's what a man's supposed to do. But at the same time, it's just going to happen, man. You can't You can't comment on everything someone thinks about you or give a fuck about what everyone thinks about you. It's just a part of life. Growing up, man, people are going to look at you and talk shit about you regardless. So if you're one of those people who can't handle the smoke, man, I would just probably stay off the internet. Tell me what you think, guys. Leave a comment in the comment section. Remember, like, subscribe, and share this video. Hit the bell, the notification bell, so you can get all wrestling content from yours truly, Mark Destiny. Up next, I want to get to another controversial thing that happened this week with Mickie James and the trash bag incident. Mickie James went public on Thursday and revealed that her belongings were sent back to her in a trash bag with her name on it, written on tape on the trash bag. Mickie tweeted, "Dear Vince McMahon, I am not sure if you are aware, I did receive at WWE care package today. Thank you. Hashtag always blessed and grateful. Hashtag women's wrestlers matter." End quote. Now, Gail Kim, former WWE superstar and TNA Hall of Famer, said this has been a practice for WWE for any talent that has property left behind. Wow, who would have guessed? Apparently, this has been going on for over 10 years, maybe even longer. Kim asked Mickie, and I quote, "Is this from your drawer? Do they still do that?" Mickie James responded, "Yup." Mickie also posted a video of the box on her Instagram account. It shows that the bag inside of a box for shipping, which means they just put the shit in a bag, literally. And when they went to go ship it, the people that had the place they went to go ship it to put it in a box, which is crazy. Like, that's just crazy, man. So disrespectful. Mickie laughed and said in the video, "This is pretty fucking accurate how I got my stuff. Thanks, WWE." She captioned the Instagram photo with that appears to be a reference to trash, as she wrote, "No lies detected here," skull emoji, laughing emoji, special delivery. Mickie also plugged her pro wrestling tee store today and noted that fans can purchase merchandise that WWE was too scared to make for her, including a Monday Night MILF t-shirt. Now, I get why they wouldn't want to put that out, but I don't think they had any merchandise for her, man, which is crazy because she's a future Hall of Famer, former women's champion. She's a veteran. Like, it is also noted that a couple years back, Mickie James' husband, Nick Aldis, had a back and forth with WWE's Bruce Pritchard. He is Vince McMahon's flunky. Right-hand man. And maybe that's why Mickie James, and for her, a former champion, was treated like trash and never used to just sitting in the back doing nothing. Sitting in the back doing nothing. She hasn't been doing anything. I don't even remember the last time I saw Mickie James. Triple H and Stephanie apologized to Mickie James and said that a person who was responsible for her belongings getting put in the trash is no longer in the company. Now, Mark Carano, who I believe was already on his way out, as John Laurinaitis has already been appointed to talent relations. I think he was the fall guy. It could have been anybody who did it, but since he was already on his way out, let's just blame this guy because we're going to fire him anyway. So you know how that goes. This shit is ridiculous, man. Like, I don't understand. It's just fucking ridiculous, man. And Mark Carano's ex-wife reportedly said that Mark was stealing championships and all kind of wrestling memorabilia. So they definitely was probably trying to get his ass off of there. From that, you seen Mark Carano on Total Divas, Total Bellas. He is like hella kind of rude to the women. I think he's rude because he's let me just say it, he's not a good looking guy. When you're surrounded by beautiful women wrestlers, you don't have a chance with, you're probably going to be rude to them, especially if they don't kiss your ass. And I feel that way with a lot of talent. If you don't kiss anybody's ass in that company, you will not get a push. So yeah, this was bullshit, man. Imagine giving your body up to a company for years and years, your life, spending time with your family gone, spending time with your kids gone, spending time with your friends gone, having a life pretty much gone, hurting your body day in, day out, for them to fire you and then put your shit in a trash bag and send it to your house. That's how you know they just don't give a fuck about these people. They don't, man. They don't give a fuck about these people. Because if they did, they wouldn't do that. They would treat people way much better than they're treating them. That's just fucking horrible, man. I wouldn't, if I got fired from somewhere and they put all my shit in a trash bag, I would go ballistic. Fucking ballistic. All the years and hard work she's put in. She's a veteran. And you do that to her? Come on, man. I'm sure this shit has some shit to do with Bruce Pritchard and Nick Aldis back and forth a couple years ago. She was not pushed since then. So, it's just fucking crazy, man. And that this has been going on, she's the first person to speak up and say something about it, which is crazy too, because if that shit would have happened to me, I would have went off. But the way that WWE has treated their competitors in this company, some people are just treated like shit and treated like trash. So you get your shit in the trash, they're probably just used to it. Well, I guess this is what I am, trash. That's fucked up. They need to do better, man. This isn't right. This isn't right. This isn't right. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. Leave a comment in the comment section. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Let's get into this Daniel Bryan story that's developing this week. Daniel Bryan has been a hot topic of conversation among wrestling fans this week, and the ending of Friday's SmackDown put his immediate WWE future even in more doubt. Per Jeremy Lambert of Fightful, the 5-time WWE champion recently expressed interest in transitioning into a part-time role and wrestling elsewhere in addition to WWE. Ooh. That led to speculation that he could be on his way out once his contract expires later this year. And with his SmackDown career on the line against Roman Reigns on Friday, it will be interesting to see what the next few months will have in store for him. WWE losing Bryan to AEW would be huge. At this point in AEW's growth, anything is possible. The promotion has brought several notable names over the past 2 years and is starting to see more and more success, with Dynamite ratings as high as they have ever been. Yeah, man. AEW seems to be doing everything right in the weekly Wednesday night show to keep the momentum rolling. The only thing it could be doing better is emphasizing its relationship with Impact more and making matches such as Kenny Omega versus Rich Swann feel like a bigger deal, which it should be, because it's a champion versus champion match and 2 different promotions. So, this should be huge. And I don't think that they're doing a good enough job bigging this show up. All this talk about Daniel Bryan possibly leaving WWE won't amount to anything in the immediate future. Rather, the stipulation of his SmackDown main event against Roman Reigns on Friday all but guarantee he's headed to Raw. Interestingly enough, Bryan is one of the few stars to have ever switched brands since the return of WWE's brand split in 2016. He was named the Blue Brand's general manager that July. And even as an active member of the roster, he's even been on Raw. At least not since 2011 during their original brand split. Truth be told, Raw could use Bryan for more than SmackDown. Although there are several superstars Bryan could still have fresh feuds with on SmackDown, Raw needs more top-tier babyfaces beyond Drew McIntyre. The Friday night program has a wealth of talent who could fill Bryan's spot and when he leaves, including Cesaro, Seth Rollins, Big E, Edge, Kevin Owens, and more. WWE's resident yes man doesn't have many years left as a full-time competitor, and thus he likely wants to spend them working with others, any and everyone that he can. Regardless of the result of his Universal Championship clash with Reigns, it will be interesting to see what the future holds for Bryan and how much longer fans will be blessed with his presence. He's done an exceptional job of elevating talent over the years, and it's only appropriate WWE returns the favor by giving him every dream match he wants, no matter what show it is on. I don't think that Bryan's going to leave WWE. I just don't see it happening, especially because his wife. So I think he's going to stay there. He's probably going to go to Raw. I don't think he's going to win the WWE Universal Championship. They're going to keep that thing on Roman. Roman is great right now, so you should just keep it on Roman. Daniel Bryan is great in his own right. I feel like Daniel Bryan should go to Raw. Daniel Bryan should become the WWE champion. I would choose him to take it off of Lashley. I think that would be a great SummerSlam match. Bobby Lashley versus Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam. Book it. Book it. Technical wrestling with Daniel Bryan and in an MMA style of Bobby Lashley would be great. I think the promo work would be great with him and MVP as well. Book it. I'm all here for it. You have no complaints from me. I do not think he's going to win that Universal Championship, though. Sorry. If you're the Daniel Bryan fan and you're hoping for that to happen, I don't think it's going to happen, guys. I don't think it's going to happen. But who knows? You never know. I guess we just have to see and wait. But you let me know what you think in the comments, man. Leave a comment in the comment section. Remember, like, subscribe, and share this channel. Hit the notification bell. I'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I want to get into AEW with this stride of hitting 1.2 million viewers this week. NXT returning to Tuesdays has proved to be the best thing that could happen to both the Black and Gold brand and AEW Dynamite. Numbers for the shows have increased significantly, specifically for Dynamite, which scored a whopping 1.2 million viewers for its April 14th episode, which was a great episode. And I have a review show for that. You can check the channel at Mark Destiny. It's right there. Wrestling with Destiny, AEW review show. I got you. This past week edition also managed to bring in more than 1 million viewers, per Mark Middleton of The Wrestling Inc., which raises the question of whether AEW can continue to do those types of numbers every week going forward. If so, the promotion will be in prime position to succeed. Yes. The key is consistent storytelling, progression, and advertising matches viewers will want to tune in to see. AEW has managed to do just that for the past 2 weeks and already has the first Blood and Guts main event lined up for May 5th. Beyond that, booking marquee matches for the show week after week will be great, along with giving fans feuds they can invest in and characters they can get excited about. And not having to worry about the competition, AEW has done some of the strongest programming in recent memory. Dynamite has hit its stride in recent weeks, and keeping the ball rolling is the utmost importance. It's been difficult for wrestling companies to grow their audience for their flagship shows, but AEW is on track to being the rare exception. Yes, I agree with this. AEW is doing a damn good job. It's young, fresh talent, young, fresh faces. They're fucking showing out on there. They're having great matches. The storylines are decent. There's some decent promo work on there. The feel's better. They have people in the fucking crowd, so that's fucking great. Just continue. I hope AEW continues this, man. If you think they will continue this, you know what you can do. Leave a comment in the comment section, man. I'll be here to talk to you. You have any questions about what I think more on this subject, just let me know. But I definitely think that AEW is going to hit 2 million soon. It's by next year, they're going to be doing 2 million views Wednesday. If they keep doing what they're doing. If they build more with Impact, they definitely will. That is going to help Impact a fucking lot. So we'll see what happens with this match at Rebellion. But Let me know what you think, man. I'll be right back. Now, this week we seen T-Bar and Mace unmasked. I told you guys about a week ago on last podcast, episode 1, that I didn't care about these guys, man. And I also said that they should take them dumbass masks off. And that happened. But T-Bar and Mace may still be able to be salvaged by being repackaged. That's only going to work if WWE books them correctly. And I don't have faith in that, so we'll see. At long last, T-Bar and Mace unmasked on Monday's Raw, but that doesn't necessarily mean they are out of the woods. The first mistake WWE made with them was putting the duo in Retribution last summer, an act that was dead on arrival. The second mistake WWE made was running the group into the ground to the point everyone involved will have a tough time recovering from it. T-Bar and Mace laying out Drew McIntyre to close out the April 12th edition of Raw did nothing to make the fans take them seriously again. Unmasking them was a step in the right direction, but they're going to need a repackaging in order to be salvaged. The next step must be giving them their original ring names back: Dominic Dijakovic and Dio Madden. Dijakovic had a slew of stellar performances in NXT, while Madden could be a portrait portrayed as an unstoppable force with the right booking. Both guys deserve a chance to succeed without any silly character traits attached. They shouldn't be considered damaged goods unless the bad booking persists, in which case their days on the Raw roster will be numbered. Raw could desperately use some fresh blood in the tag team ranks, and these two could help that void, assumingly they escape the stench of Retribution. They should have never made that group if they were just gonna ruin that group. I don't even get it. I don't get it. You ruined the group. You should never ruined the group. That's all I got, man. You tell me what you think about Mace and T-Bar. If you care, you don't care. They do need more people on the tag team. The tag team division on Raw and SmackDown is trash. They need to just get rid of both belts and just have one tag team championship belt, man. That's it. That way you can have all the tag teams go from Raw and SmackDown facing each other. They don't need 2 championships. It is what it is, man. Let me know what you think. I'll be right back. Now let's get into Finn Balor and Io Shirai and why they shouldn't be main roster bound just yet. Coming off their respective losses at NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver, all signs seem to point to Finn Balor and Io Shirai heading to either Raw or SmackDown sooner than later. Both are bound to make that move to the main roster, but there's no reason to rush it. Despite Balor and Shirai losing their titles at the event, there's still more that they can do on the black and gold brand before they get their call-ups. On Wednesday NXT, Shirai declared that she would be in the NXT for a foreseeable future. Frankie Monet interrupting her should mean that they will be on a collision course before long, ending with Monet going over, you know what I'm saying, decisively. I think that should, but if she goes over, man, they're probably gonna move her to either Raw or SmackDown, and then they're just gonna destroy her. In that case of Balor, a rematch with Karrion Kross with Ideal, that or another outing against Kyle O'Reilly to determine who should be next in line for the title shot. He also has unfinished business with the NXT United Kingdom champion Walter, so he has plenty to keep himself busy for the next few months. With the rough shape Raw finds itself in, SmackDown will be the best leading spot for both Balor and Shirai. When that time comes, WWE should have a plan in place for the two of them to ensure they don't get lost in the shuffle. They will be lost in the shuffle. They will, man. They will. Ain't no doubt in my mind about that. Because we know how this works, man. We know how it works. You get called up from... It ain't like it's the first time Finn Balor got called up from NXT anyway. You see what they did. They sent him straight to the moon. He becomes first Universal Champion. He gets injured. Comes back. Nothing. Nothing. And Finn Balor is fucking great. And look what they do with the women talent in WWE. You think they're going to do good with Io Shirai, especially she's Japanese? Come on, man. You know how it is if you can't speak English. The only person they allow to do anything is Asuka. And they almost fucking ruined her. So, look what they did with Shinsuke. Come on, man. I have no faith in WWE to do right by them too. Not at all. Not at all. So, well, tell me what you think about that, ladies and gentlemen. I know that you guys don't have faith in WWE doing right by them either. Because if they would have, they would have done right by all the NXT people who came up. So, even my guy, Aleister Black, fucking beast. He was gone for months. He had that feud with Seth Rollins, and they changed him, gave him covered his eye up or some crazy shit. And then he was gone because his wife Zelina Vega made OnlyFans. And now he's back as a dark father, and I'm just happy he's back, man. But do I have any faith in them doing right by Aleister Black? No, I don't. No, I don't. They treat you like trash, fire you, and then send all your belongings in the fucking trash the same way they treat you. So, no, I don't have faith in WWE. No, I don't. Tell me how you feel about this. Do you think they should come up or no? I'll be right back. Next, I want to talk about how AEW dropped the ball in building Omega versus Rich Swann at Impact Rebellion. Now, I don't think this is just AEW's fault, but they should have built this way more because I mean, I'm anticipating who's going to win. I do think Kenny Omega is going to win this, but they haven't done what they should have done advertising this. So we'll see. AEW World Champion Kenny Omega and Impact World Champion Rich Swann are set to collide in a title-for-title match at Impact's Rebellion pay-per-view Sunday. Yet there's a good chance those who only tune into AEW programming aren't aware of that. Impact has done everything right in making this matchup feel like a major happening. The dueling promos on their weekly television show have been excellent. The video package have been effective, and former WWE commentator Mauro Ranallo, my guy, will be making his Impact debut simply to call the contest. The high-stakes bout has been in the works since Omega arrived in Impact in early December and pinned Swann in a 6-man tag team match at January's Hard to Kill event. The AEW champion has been promising to take every top title in wrestling, so this was a logical next step in his expedition for gold. Unfortunately, AEW done little to hype the marquee match. Granted, there is something to be said about AEW not having anything to gain from one of its stars wrestling on an opposing promotion's pay-per-view. But from a storyline standpoint, it makes little sense as to why it wouldn't be acknowledged. The outcome couldn't be any more obvious. Omega will defeat Swann to become the new Impact World Champion. However, as far-fetched as it may sound, Swann could walk away with both belts, which would create confusion among AEW fans because Swann hasn't been mentioned on Dynamite not once. At the very least, AEW could have Swann show up and brawl with Omega on an episode of Dynamite to build their upcoming clash. Instead, Impact is left looking inferior to AEW, not to mention that it remains to be seen how both companies plan on dealing with the aftermath. Now, I think Omega's going to win this match. I'm almost for sure. I'm almost fucking certain. And I think he should. Impact needs it. Impact needs it, man. I think that will have people tune in if Kenny Omega's on there. You can have the Elite on there. AEW should have went harder on promoting this match. I mean, this is a huge match. Your champion can get another company's world championship. So they should have just went harder at booking this on the AEW side, because I mistakenly said that it was not all AEW's fault and Impact has something to do with it. But nah, Impact been doing their thing with promoting this. It's been mainly AEW who ain't been giving a fuck. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Tell me your thoughts on this. Do you think Kenny Omega will win tonight? I do. Tell me how you feel about AEW not booking this correctly on their side, their end. I think it would have been a great idea to have Rich Swann come out and attack Kenny Omega. That would have been great. You've seen Kenny Omega on Impact, but you haven't seen Rich Swann on AEW TV. So I think that was a huge mistake. But we'll see, man. I guess Kenny Omega will win that championship. I believe so. But you tell me what you think in the comments. I'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into CM Punk. Now, recently CM Punk highlights WWE's main problem while hinting at a potential AEW future. WWE fans hope a CM Punk return just took another hit based on comments from the former superstar. All Elite Wrestling fans, not so much. Punk taking a shot at WWE in a public interview isn't exactly groundbreaking news, and given how the split happened, both in the run-up to his walking out of the company in 2014 and afterward, his taking shots at WWE is fair. But as they say, the truth hurts too. And Punk, as he usually does with the microphone, spit the truth that cut deep when asked about a return to wrestling. Here's what he told Sports Illustrated's Justin Bizzarro. This is what he said. I don't need the money. And the way the wrestling business is now, it's wacky. You've got WWE has multiple billion-dollar television deals, and the television is awful. I go back there, I'm just another guy. And it's not even that. I'll be just another guy that's doing not good television. I want to do stuff that's good. I want my name attached to quality projects where it's fun and makes people laugh, smile, think, and people don't hate watching it. I want to do fun stuff. That's an ouch. Punk's comments tally with some of the complaints WWE fans have had for a long time. The WWE format, even with the roster split, has just led to some awful television. The recent Raw After Mania was probably the worst Raw After WrestleMania of all time. A special event just brutalized by the typical weekly show booking. A few prominent examples of poor booking stand out. Drew McIntyre's stock has been pounded into the dirt after losing at Mania, but his feud with Bobby Lashley has been extended. Why? Now he's getting jumped and sparring with no names who give poor promos backstage. Then there's Samoa Joe, who was horrendously misused during his time in the company. The only man not named McIntyre who felt like a threat in the ring with Brock Lesnar. And by far one of the best in the world on the mic, never got a big push. Got hurt and was never permitted to leave the announcer desk before his recent release. Man, Samoa Joe, my guy. And darn, if it doesn't feel like Joe and Punk could work some magic together in AEW in a true blast from the past fashion, that's a rub, right? Punk would get lost in WWE programming if he came back. Maybe not right away, but the company suffers from the success of having the most talent, deepest roster in sports history. Sure, he would start in something high profile against Triple H or Roman Reigns that smartly works in real life angle, but it wouldn't be long before he's toiling away in escapable segments. Just watch how Edge's presence fades from here on out. The same just can't be said of AEW programming. The company has bite. It's the underdog that elbowed its way into relevancy and isn't going anywhere. It's almost counterculture to the mainstream that is WWE, which is also CM Punk. It's more about the creativity and passion behind AEW than it is the fact that Punk will get into a partake in feuds he hasn't contested in the past. That's probably a big chunk of the reason he's been doing comics, movies, and whatever else instead of returning to the WWE treadmill. But now, there's an alternative that seems to speak to his creative interest. Maybe it's too late, sure. Punk says all the time he's not returning to wrestling and that he is plenty happy doing what he is doing. But a prominent alternative exists that would seem to fit him well. And rest assured, he would surely be free to do whatever he wants, giving the attention he would bring to the upstart company. And while the whole WWE versus AEW thing is probably blown out of proportion in the grand scheme of things, it is very rare in how it appeals to both superstars such as Punk and fans alike. WWE has been stagnant for a while, and AEW has been anything but, and has plenty of room to grow. While harsh as usual, Punk's comments ring true, and maybe that's just enough to keep Slim hope alive for wrestling return at some point. But more than anything else, the number of fans who probably nodded in agreement with the commentary should serve as a wake-up call for WWE. Now, do I think CM Punk is going to return? Yes. When? I do not know. But I think CM Punk will return to the ring, and I think it will be with AEW. Because if he goes to AEW, he also can go to different companies and wrestle. So, I mean, if I was CM Punk, I wouldn't want to go back to WWE either. He was misused when he was there the first time. So, why would you want to go back, man? Especially with AEW being there. It's a fresh life, fresh start, fresh everything, man. It's just great seeing a new company show their ass like they've been showing their ass, man. Shout out to AEW, Tony Khan, everybody that's there doing their thing. I just agree with CM Punk. WWE is just not what it was. It's boring. They're making so much money. I don't even think they care about what's on TV right now. Like, they don't care. Creative doesn't care. I don't think Vince McMahon cares because he's just making so much money. But when these contracts are up with these television shows and these streaming deals, oh, buddy, when all your talent is sucking because you're making them suck, they're not going to want to negotiate a new deal. And guess what? You're going to be fucked, buddy. You're going to be fucked. Now, I want to thank everybody. Before I get up out of here. They're saying SmackDown's ratings has went up. But who cares? I don't care about SmackDown ratings going up. I just don't. It's only okay. It's not great. It's not fantastic. So I don't care about their ratings going up. But I want you guys to leave any comments that you have for me. Like, subscribe, and share this video. Hit the notification bell. I really need you guys to subscribe. I know you guys are watching and listening, but I really need you guys to subscribe to the channel. If you can do that for me, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This is Wrestling with Destiny, and this is your Wrestling with Destiny podcast. End of the week recap show. If you like it, hit a thumbs up. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs down. But if you hit the thumbs down, you know what you can do. Tap in or tap out.